877-99 on Fox. Call in about anything. Doesn't have to be what we're talking about. Just whatever's on your mind. Ask us anything.
Don't ask me anything about the first episode of Euphoria Season 3. That I haven't seen yet.
Yes,
right? Also have not seen the Untold on the Jailblazers yet, so don't ask any questions about that necessarily, although we can ask Damon Stoudemire plenty of those questions later.
Yes. He will join us in hour number 2. Ian Rapoport will join us in about 15 minutes to get us ready for the NFL Draft. Taylor wrote me a note today saying this is the worst Yankees team of his lifetime.
Not worst.
Yeah.
My least favorite.
Your least favorite. Last week, it was your favorite.
Never.
He just wrote that down on a piece of paper and just handed it to you?
He does that occasionally, yes. He does. But me and Taylor are very excited today.
Really?
Well, yeah, we have Ian Rapoport. We have Damon Stoudemire. But we also have someone who is willing to set the table. The NBA play-in games are tonight. They start tonight, the play-in tournament. I told Taylor before we got started here that Izzy wanted to set the table for the NBA play-in tournament, and he got equally as excited as I did when you told it to me, Izzy. How about that?
It's so crazy. You got to be careful with the phrases you use around here. Things that get Stugotz excited. I was looking for a throwaway way to explain how, we were going to talk about these play-in games, and as soon as I said set the table, the man got super excited.
I wrote it down. Look, I circled it. Look.
That's the parentheses.
Set the table. Well, whatever. It's a semicircle.
So admittedly, today, I'm very distracted because I've got this Liverpool Champions League game about to kick off. Big Champions League night in Anfield. But the second I heard Stugotz mutter the words, set the table, I perked up and I took off one headphone. I said, what'd you say? Set the table?
Yeah, you heard me correctly. Yes.
I didn't know you were a Liverpool guy.
Yes, no.
Yep, up the Reds.
So is Bordop Ricardo. I mean, you guys are kindred spirits, huh?
No. I'm actually rooting for PSG.
The team they're playing.
Yeah, I'm a diehard PSG guy.
Yeah, okay. I'm just rooting for action. I mean, seriously, in any sort of soccer game that I ever watch, just someone score more than 3 goals.
Did you say up the Reds?
Yep.
What did I say?
Not you.
I said up the Reds. Chris the Bear Felica, Stu, I think is who you're confusing Bordop Ricardo with. He's a Liverpool supporter.
My fault.
I think that should be the headline question of this show. What did I say?
If you were to ask me right now, tell me anything you've said in the first 3 minutes of this show, I wouldn't be able to do it. I mean, how about that?
Set the table.
Yes. Semicircle. Yeah. So without any further ado, Izzy, please, there's a table to be set. Taylor and I are excited. We are sitting down for dinner, and Izzy is going to set the table.
Well, you got to set the table before you sit down for dinner, right? That'd be pretty annoying if you sit down to a blank table and then people start setting it around.
I guess you're right. We'll set it anyway.
Well, I've been telling Taylor that the Heat's going to be playing against the Hornets tonight and 3 officials because there just seems to be a lot more support for the Charlotte Hornets, right? Like, they're America's team. They're the team that everybody wants to see because they're a little bit intriguing, right? They've got the kind of wackiness or the jankiness of LaMelo Ball, and they've got this Con Knipple guy that everybody wants to know if he's any good.
They're a team in which I think people are excited about because they play an exciting style of basketball. They have some stars on that team, but they're also a team, I think, of all the teams involved in the play-in tournament, a team that if they get out of the play-in tournament, I think people feel like maybe they can make a little tiny run in the Eastern Conference. Is that fair?
I think it's fair if they're a team that right now has some confidence, but I don't think they have playoff level confidence, right? Like, they need to figure out if their starting lineup, which has, since it's been together, has been spectacular, is a real thing, or if it's just kind of a regular season mirage, especially late in the season. Maybe got a bunch of games against some, teams trying to lose in there. And so I don't know if they're super confident that they can, even in this game against Miami, because Miami went into Charlotte earlier this season when Charlotte was at its hottest and took that game.
When does a teeny tiny runs to become make some noise?
Eastern Conference Finals.
That's it. That's 100%
Wow.
Right?
They have to make the Eastern Conference Finals before the Hornets can make some noise?
Yeah.
Yes.
Teeny tiny run is
Yes.
second round.
Yeah, you get to the second round, you lose. You
Right.
win the second round, you get to the Eastern Conference Finals, you're not expected to be there. Now you're making noise.
I would argue teeny tiny run might be 7 games in the first round
Right.
as a lower seed, as a 7 or 8 seed. That could be a
Yes.
teeny tiny run.
Right. I don't know. Board Op Ricardo is disagreeing with everything that I'm saying about Eastern Conference Finals.
Vehemently.
Well, why? I mean,
I think it was the 2004 playoff run where the Heat made a little run and got to the second round with Dwayne Wade, and we lost to Indiana Pacers, I think in 7. But
Yeah.
that was the second round. You know, we made a little run there, and that
yeah,
ended up
right.
getting.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a teeny tiny run. Had they won that series, they would have made some noise.
Actually, you know what? I'm kind of with Ricardo here. Taking the Pacers.
What?
So it was an upset win in the first round against the New Orleans Hornets, and then made some noise by taking the Pacers to 6. And I don't know what Stan Van Gundy was thinking by leaving Dwayne Wade on the bench for the final play in Game 6, where they needed just one more shot to tie the game. Even though he's not a three-point shooter, he was
Right.
Dwayne freaking Wade. But anyway, yeah, I would say that was making a little noise.
because it's a play-in team. So if they get to a second round of the NBA playoffs, they have made some noise.
Well,
what if it's like, let's say, the Lakers? If they get to the Western Conference Finals, have they made any noise?
You don't make noise
No?
if it's in a place that you expect to be. Even if your seeding isn't that, right? They're what, a 5 seed, 4 seed?
Mm-hmm.
So they're really only expected to get to the second round. If they go one round further, if they're a veteran confident team, that's not making noise.
Okay.
It definitely depends on your team's expectations. Like if the Knicks make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, that's not really a teeny tiny run. They were expecting to get there.
Right.
They fired their coach to get there and take them further. If the Hornets win the play-in and then they take the Pistons to a Game 6 or a Game 7,
Yeah.
I think they're making noise.
I think they're making
Really?
noise.
Wow.
Oh, wow. First round making noise?
First
Just going
round
6 or 7.
noise?
I think
I
that's
mean-
a teeny tiny run. I don't think that's making noise.
All right.
The Knicks, to your point, they can do neither for this entire playoffs. They cannot make a teeny tiny run. They cannot make a little bit of noise. They have to win it and win it all. That's the only thing they can do.
No, they make it to the NBA Finals. They've made some noise. They have. They've made
They've
some
just
noise.
matched expectations if they make it to the NBA
Listen,
Finals.
I am glad we are defining these things because we need to, because sports radio has not yet done this, and I am the commissioner of sports radio, and I'm telling you, we need to do it, and we're doing it right now. We're setting the table. So, Taylor, what do you have for us on this front?
If the Knicks make the finals,
Yes.
not only will the Knicks be making some noise, we're going to be making sure you hear us making some noise.
Well, that's what Izzy is protecting against, right? He's
Yeah.
trying to tell us it's not a big deal, you know?
No, I think they made some noise last year, getting to the conference finals, first time in 25 years. You fire your coach with the expectation of getting to the finals, that's not making noise. You can't
Okay.
be surprising people. And when
Interesting.
you're making noise, it's because you're surprising people. It's not because people are matching expectations.
So it seems that it's based on where you're positioned this year, what you did a year ago. So let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
If the Hawks make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, teeny tiny run or making noise?
That's making a lot of noise. I mean,
Okay. All
I
right.
would argue the Hawks have already made their teeny tiny run. Because
Really? Just making it to the playoffs,
Getting
huh?
it into the playoffs, getting
Low
that
bar.
6 seed.
I mean-
They could have had a 5 seed. They were very close to that. So, yeah, I would say they're in the middle of a teeny tiny run. If they get to the conference finals, that is making some noise.
What about the Pistons if the Pistons make the finals? They're the 1 seed, so you would assume that's not really making noise if they make the finals.
Expected,
But
right.
it's a team that really hasn't been there recently.
Great question. So I would say, yes, they're making noise because they are resetting their expectations with a guy coming back, their leader coming back from a collapsed lung. When you have the Willis Reed type of scenario, right? Your star is whatever, under the weather or injured or something, and you are going further than you thought you would with an injured star, it's 100% making noise.
Huh.
Like who was it? I think it was the Celtics team without Kevin Garnett made a second round. That felt like a teeny tiny run, but there have definitely been teams that have made noise with like injured or less than 100% players because it lowers your expectations. So yes, they could still make a run.
We have a phone call for Izzy here. Russell in Phoenix. Go ahead. You're on Fox Sports Radio.
Hey, what's up, guys? I just thought I'd take advantage of Stugotz you're offering to call in about anything.
Yeah.
Kind of a health question for you.
Okay.
Have you been diagnosed, or do you have any, formal disorder with the chronic fake laugh thing? I was worried about your health.
I thought you wanted to call in about Phoenix. I mean, you had an NBA question for Izzy. I don't even know what health issue. What is he talking about?
It's fairly just making fun of the fact that you laugh all the time.
Jerk ass!
Sorry, I'm funny.
I mean, listen. I am sorry that Taylor and Izzy are so funny. They make me laugh on a daily basis. I am sorry for enjoying my job. I am sorry that we're talking about sports, and sports makes me laugh because we're talking about setting the table. And someone pays me a lot of money to do this. And so that's why I laugh so much. I'm laughing all the way to the bank.
What would be the medication to get you to stop fake laughing?
No money.
That's a classic call screen though, where he says he's got an NBA question.
I should be applauding Russell. I should. He got through the screener. He had an NBA question for Izzy, and really he didn't. What he was doing was just taking a shot at my health. I mean,
hey Izzy, first time, long time. What do you think about Devin Booker this playoffs?
I believe you invented that move, right? Of squeaking by the call screener and saying that things in Spanish are actually something else. That was Mark Hochman.
It was. I have also myself called into many a sports radio show telling him I wanted to discuss one thing and came out with another. I mean, it's classic sports radio caller stuff, Izzy. You know that.
Bravo.
You've called in the shows before, haven't you?
You know what that caller did?
What?
Made a little noise.
Have you properly set the table here? Do you feel like
not
you have?
even close.
No. What else do you have for us?
All right. So let's just say from this game, in this Charlotte-Miami situation.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
That was
It was good.
That was jarring.
Yes, it was.
Which one of these two teams would you say? You'd say the Hornets have the more probable roster to make some noise, right?
100%, yes.
I think with the Miami Heat, the only thing that's interesting is they have more experience in this type of game. They might throw things at LaMelo Ball that he might not have seen all season. Not to say that he won't be able to adjust to it, but in a one-game scenario, you're talking about a team adjusting on the fly, and they're probably prepared for just about anything. But that's what I love about these play-in games or these winner-take-all situations is, especially in the play-in, right? Because you didn't just spend 6 games playing them. In Game 7, it's very rare you can throw a surprise at a team. In a play-in situation, you can throw a surprise out there, and it'd be interesting to see if the Hornets can handle that. And if they do handle it well and end up winning, then I think, you can say, all right, this is a playoff-ready team potentially, but it's going to be a nightmare if they, end up facing the Pistons in the first round because that defense is just disgusting.
Can the Celtics make any sort of noise, or are they past the noise phase of their organization? Like, they're expected to do things, right?
No, the Celtics are currently in the midst of making noise.
Right now they are.
Yeah, because
just by playing the way they've been playing.
This was supposed to be, as Jaylen Brown says, a gap year for them.
Right.
And so, yeah, they absolutely are already on the verge of making noise, but that now comes with expectations. If they don't make the conference finals, that's a huge upset. If they make the NBA finals, that's probably where they think they're going to be, because above them, in terms of the seedings, is a 1 seed with very little experience, and below them are some teams that haven't proven anything.
The NFL draft is about 10 days away. Ian Rapoport is going to join us next to discuss it, but first, Izzy has a word from one of our great sponsors.
For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Shipped fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. Time now for our Tire Rack play of the day. This comes courtesy of the Yankees Radio Network, Taylor.
Boy.
10-10 ball game. Pitch from Romano. Taken down low. Gets away from Ohapi. Walking home is Caballero with the winning run. 11-10 final. Yankees win in the 5-game losing streak.
Dave Sims.
Could listen to that mad talk all day.
Yeah, I'm sure you could. Only in a win, though. I mean,
Him and Susan Waldman.
some game last night, 11-10. Worst team. Yankees win, by the way, 11-10. Worst Yankees team that Taylor's ever seen.
Not worst. My least favorite.
Least favorite.
Okay.
Of all the dramatic
That's
things.
not what the note says that you slipped into my pocket earlier today. Let's go to Dan Byer here. He has a sports update. Ian Rapoport after that. Ian Rapoport is NFL Network's senior insider, and you can see him on the Insiders Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern on NFL Network. NFL Network, ESPN, and ABC provides live coverage of the 2026 NFL Draft from Pittsburgh, April 23rd through the 25th. Ian, where does the draft rank for you in terms of sporting events on the calendar? For me, it's number 2, right behind Augusta.
Wow.
Oh, on the whole calendar.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
It's weird for me because when you cover it and you're involved in it, it's not like sitting on the couch drinking a beer watching the Masters.
Right.
So like I don't know that I could even compare it to something I would watch.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I will say this, in my calendar, it's my favorite. Like it's the best. You know, because like free agency is intense and very, very important in my world.
Right.
But like in a lot of ways pretty miserable. Like you don't sleep. You're on the phone all the time. You're stressed nonstop. You know, every great scoop that you have is followed by someone else having something else or something didn't work out as you wanted, or it's extremely stressful. Playoffs are great, but there's always head coaching searches during it. Super Bowl is fun, but we have an 8.5-hour pregame show, so I'm always like so tired by the game. Draft is just the best. Like, it's stressful, yes, but it's so exciting. It's like weeks and weeks and weeks of work, and then you just get to watch it all unfold and like in real time figure it out with the rest of the world. And it's like, you know, the tension and the drama. Like I love it so much.
So do I.
Do you like it more or less that it's now longer and kind of strung out over a course of several days?
I never really knew it when it was
younger,
just 2 days because I started when it was I think when they added the third day. But like I like it now as it is because as much as I like, hey, who'd you pick? I like the analysis and is this team going to trade and what does this mean? Like I like all that stuff. And I like going to bed on Thursday and being like, all right, somebody's on the clock for 33. A couple teams will make some trades based on the players they just got. Like, you know, let's have a good 2 days. And I think the whole thing is pretty awesome, honestly.
How do you feel about the first team, the team with the first pick in the NFL draft? This year it would be the Las Vegas Raiders, having 2 minutes instead of 5. I mean, let's go. You've had the entire offseason to figure it out.
I think it's 9, isn't it?
Oh, 9. Well, that's
7? Is it 7 now?
Well,
7. I think
it's 5
7.
too many as far as I'm concerned, you know?
I want all of it. No,
Yeah.
because I sit there in front of my camera with a microphone and, you know, the whole world is watching. I want to make sure I get something to say. I want to make sure I get to jump in there,
Yes.
you know? So, like, should be 20 minutes. Set up the drama. You know, you don't want to just get on with it. You want to milk it. So,
Right.
yeah, I would say it should be longer.
Where are you on Mendoza as far as a number 1 overall pick? Like, where are you on his game? Do you think it's going to translate to the NFL?
I would say, first of all, from the Raiders' perspective, they seem very convicted that this is their guy. And that's where you want to be. You're picking a quarterback number 1. You'd like to say, like, all right, like, this is the guy. And for quarterbacks, to me, it's either like, this guy's worthy of the number 1 pick or he's not a starter, right? Because, like, if you have any starting quarterback in the NFL who is worthy of getting a contract extension, in other words, he's your starter so much so where you're like, we're going to put $50 million or $60 million or whatever it is behind him, he is worthy of being the number 1 pick. So the question for Fernando Mendoza is like, is he a guy? That's it. Is he a guy? And I believe that he is a guy. The Raiders think he is a guy. And, you know, we're not going to know until it gets out there probably by the 3rd year. But just based on what he is, like, mentally and intangible-wise, seems like he's headed for a pretty bright future.
Is Ty a guy? I was going to make that a longer question, but I like that it rhymes.
It's a good question. Yes, it's a good question.
So it's a good question.
Yes.
And I think quarterbacks so often are judged based on the body of work, and he doesn't have a long body of work. You know, it's not like, you know, like even the sort of sleeper quarterbacks who've had success, Brock Purdy would be a good example, have a long history of starting. So you've seen a lot, you've been in a lot of situations, you can react. Like, you know, you've done enough to where people can say, like, based on what he's done, he's going to be successful. I don't know with Ty Simpson. He hasn't done a lot, and I think by the end of the year, this year, he wasn't playing great. He's got a lot of tools. He's got good makeup, and you've seen him do it. So I think it's a little more of a toss-up, but, you know, my guess is he's probably a late 1, so that's more of an understandable investment as opposed to, like, someone taking him, let's just say, you know, 2nd overall.
Ian, there was a report earlier this week about Ruben Bain from Miami and him being involved in a 2024 accident in which a person later died. What do NFL teams know about that, and how do you think it will impact him on draft night?
I would say teams have known everything about it. they really have had a pretty good idea, probably since before the start of the year. I mean, I've heard about it. It was not exactly a secret. I mean, there was a public GoFundMe page. There was a public charge, and he was a very high-profile player. Like, this is something that a lot of people knew about. They've been able to question him directly. They've been able to get the info. We also know the facts of the situation, which are his charge was dismissed. He was not charged with speeding. There was no DUI test at the scene. So there's a lot there, but teams have had the ability to do the due diligence and find, at least some sort of a comfort level with what obviously has been a tragedy in a non-football sense.
I find what's happening here with the Philadelphia Eagles to be fascinating from the standpoint they've had an amazing amount of success over the last 4 or 5 years, and yet there's still turmoil inside that organization with Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown. And I know Howie Roseman just had to talk about it again. How do you think the A.J. Brown situation is going to play out in Philadelphia?
Yeah, I would say most likely you're looking at a trade. I mean, look, anything's possible, and I've seen things that I knew for sure were going to happen end up not happening. The Max Crosby trade, I think this year was a really good example of that. But if you say to me, what's my guess as far as most likely, I mean, he's probably traded to the Patriots in June. I think that's what most people believe, and that's not a surprise. That's not news. That's sort of, it seems like that's the way it's heading. It's just, everyone's in a little bit of a standstill salary cap wise because, for the Eagles, they could do it now, but they'd have to, move some things around. And so I think probably everyone ends up waiting until June.
So it benefits them in some sort of financial capacity if they wait until after June 1st? Is that what I'm hearing? Yeah,
just simply it's a $40 million dead cap hit if they do the trade now. It's only $20 million if they do it after June 1st.
Ian, this is like when we talk NFL, for whatever reason, we got a couple of Jets fans on this podcast, right?
Sorry.
And so we probably talk more. In fact,
that can happen.
This is our Super Bowl, man. Leave me alone. I mean, come on.
I credit Stugotz and Mike Greenberg for keeping the Jets relevant nationally because their fandom.
Rich Eisen, also big Jets fan.
Okay, yes, famously, of course.
Yes.
I've heard some things that the Jets are excited about a certain wide receiver falling to them at number 16. So anytime we get a chance to talk up a possible positive for the Jets, I try to give this opportunity for Stu. So tell me about the Jets maybe getting Mekhi Lemon to fall to them.
Well, the problem is the Jets always make it a negative. They turn a positive into a negative like no other team I've ever seen. But anyway, go ahead. Yeah.
So I don't know that it would be Mekhi Lemon falling to 16. I mean, to me, like, that's probably his window right there is like in the, let's say 11 to 20 range. I mean, he's one of the top 3 receivers in the draft. It feels like he's more 2/3 as opposed to number 1. It feels to me like Tate is number 1. And, there's going to be like, let's say before 16, you'll probably get 4 linemen, 4 tackles. You might get a guard in there too. You get probably 3 edge rushers. You might get a tight end. So it's like, and this is one thing that's weird for the draft. It's like, can you believe this guy fell? And you're like, well, sort of fell, but also like all these teams just needed tackles, or all these teams had tackles rated highly. So like, I think it's possible. I don't know for sure that would be their guy, but I know that a lot of people really like Mekhi Lemon, and the comp is Amon-Ra St. Brown, which, I mean, if that's what he ends up being, I think Jets fans will probably be pretty excited about it.
Yes.
Ian, on the opposite end of that spectrum, who are some names that you're hearing that are rising up draft boards?
I would say the tackles are probably rising. Freeling from Georgia, Proctor from Alabama. I mean, those are ones that I would say maybe top 20 now, maybe, probably top 15, top 20 before, maybe top 15 now. There's a safety from Oregon named Dylan Tanneman, who I think a lot of people really, really like, who's almost surely a first-rounder now. You might not have thought that a little bit ago. I would say Mansour Delane, for sure, the top corner, probably a top 12 pick. I mean, those are sort of the names we're talking about. And I think it's weird because what the draft basically ends up being is until you get to like 2 weeks out, it's just who have you heard of?
Right.
And so those are the guys that get mocked. Now it's like you really dig in, you learn about these guys, and So the real analysis kind of happens.
And I'm not sure. I don't think we love the idea when people put out mock drafts to suggest proposed trades, and because it's hard enough to get the draft right when you start to throw in trades there. But is there a team or two that intrigues you that might definitely pull off a trade, either getting out of a spot or trying to build up?
I'll give you one each way. And by the way, I like when mock drafts have trades.
Do you?
Yeah, same. I do too. Yes.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, it also gives you a chance to be right, and then you can be like, dude, I just predicted this.
Well, I mean, that's next level.
Whereas, like, if
You're
hit on
taking big
pick,
hacks,
like,
right?
17,
Yes.
you have, like, the Lions getting, like, Caden Proctor or something. It's like, congratulations on picking this tackle. Like, great. I would say probably Cowboys would be a team that could move up for an impact, big-time defensive talent. In the Reuben Bain ilk, maybe it's Arvell Reese, if he falls to like 4 or 5. I mean, there's different moves they can make, but I would say Cowboys moving up would be a possibility. Texans moving out at 28. I know a lot of teams at the end of the draft always want to move out, but if someone comes up for Ty Simpson, do the Texans end up trading out? I think that's one that would, sort of make sense to me.
Cowboys moving up for Bain sounds like a very Cowboys move.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what he's going to end up being, but he is for sure talented. The arm length is real. That's a real thing.
Yep.
There's no historical precedent on someone with, those arms being picked that highly, but, we'll see what it ends up being.
You mentioned Max Crosby before. Do you expect him to be a Raider when the season starts?
I do expect him to be a Raider when the season starts.
Okay.
Yeah. It feels like once that trade didn't happen, and once he kind of settled back with his team and got to look around and be like, wow, we actually got some guys, or we're going to get a quarterback, and team's more talented than when he left. Has 2 fewer first-round picks, obviously, over the next 2 years. But, his knee, I think, will be fully healthy probably in August. Could a trade happen then? Anything's possible. But it feels to me like most people are moving forward with him being a member of the Raiders.
If you're the Steelers, are you demanding that Aaron Rodgers give you an answer before the draft? Do you think Aaron Rodgers will give them an answer before the draft?
I don't think I'm demanding anything if I'm the Steelers, because it's sort of like, first of all, like, they're not going to pick a starter for this year. So, you could demand all you want, and if he goes no, we'll be like, all right, then we won't sign you. It's like, you probably will anyway.
Yes.
I think you'd like an answer, but I don't know that it honestly matters draft-wise. Like, if they end up picking, let's say a quarterback in the first round, like, not going to start this year anyway, I don't think. So you'd like an answer. But I think mostly you'd like an answer sometime before September so he can take part in the spring a little bit like he did last year.
I just find it amazing that organization, a pillar of stability in the NFL, cannot figure it out, has nothing in terms of stability at the most important position in the sport. Like that, to me, that's confounding,
I mean, yeah. But that's sort of life. I mean, they also have a new coach this year for the first time in however many years, and stability has been great, and I think their fans, probably were frustrated by all that stability too, because they wanted excellence rather than stability. I don't know what the right answer is.
I want Travis Hunter.
No, I would say, like, most likely Rodgers is probably back, but I do know that he has not given them an answer yet.
All right.
Ian, between his production and the injury, it feels like Travis Hunter was a pretty big disappointment in year 1 in Jacksonville. What do you see for him going into year 2 so Jacksonville can try to recoup some of the assets they gave up for him?
Well, I mean, I know that they still think he can be a special player. He did get injured last year. And, you don't take a player in the first round and say, like, all right, if he doesn't perform this year, then, we've missed. I think, that's a 10-year investment.
Right.
Yes, he got injured last year. I think that was obviously too bad. And I think it was going okay until that point. But, I mean, was drinking from a fire hose, as coaches always say, was learning a lot, 2 positions. I would say this year feels to me like he'll be more corner than receiver. I do think he'll be a receiver, but more corner than receiver. And we'll see when he's able to focus on defense, which is where most people thought he would be a success in the draft. What kind of a player is he? I think that'll be interesting.
What are you hearing on Jeremiah Love?
It feels to me like his day will end early, his night will end early. I would say his window starts at 3 with the Arizona Cardinals.
Right.
And, you got teams all up until 7 who could take him. Really, I would also wonder if he gets by, let's say he somehow gets to 4, does someone trade up for him? And he is, there are some people who believe that he is the best overall player regardless of position in the draft. And so if he's floating there, I think someone will come up and take him. So I do not think he'll have a very long wait.
How many texts did you receive during this interview? I don't envy your guys' lifestyle. I really don't. It's just
don't
it's crazy.
Feel bad for me.
I'm not feeling badly for you. I'm just saying what I do
5.
is easier. That's a 5. Were any of them
Not
from the
very
wife or from family members or anything?
No.
Ian, what's the level of player that you would have stopped this interview to report news?
Yes.
I would say, if it was real, big-time breaking news, I would have just said, hold on, guys, I'll be back. If it was Rodgers coming back, I probably would have said, I'll talk to you guys later.
Have you ever done that before, during an interview?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
It's happened. And everyone's like, I can't believe it. I'm like, can you really not believe it? What do you think I do here? You like the information, but how do you think it happens?
Yes.
This is how it happens.
Would you be surprised if I told you that Adam Schefter missed an NFL story because he was taking NBA phone calls with us?
That happens all the time.
Right.
The list, people are like, oh, have you ever missed a story? If you're talking about, if your question is, have you ever missed a story, and then you say something, the answer is always yes, because I've missed plenty of stories because I'm doing things. It's like life happens. And, it takes a long time to come to peace with, it is okay to be, in the swimming pool and miss a trade. That is life. It is okay.
You're allowed to miss one, right?
Allowed to miss one.
I like that. Ian Rapoport is NFL Network's senior insider. You can check him out on the Insiders Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern on NFL Network. Also, all over your draft coverage, ESPN and ABC and the NFL Network. Live coverage, 2026 NFL Draft from Pittsburgh, April 23rd through the 25th. It's his favorite event on the sports calendar. It's my favorite event, second favorite on the sports calendar after the Masters. Did you get into the Masters over the weekend? You did, right?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
I love golf.
Yes.
I love golf. Golf season is almost upon us. So it was a little anticlimactic at the end.
Right.
But down the stretch, 10, 11, 12, 13, it was pretty good.
Yeah. All right, man. We appreciate it. That's a place you can't use your phone. You should go to Augusta and just put your phone away.
One of these days I will be there. I've not been yet, but one of these days I'll be there.
All right. Check it out. It's worth your time. Ian, thank you so much. Again, check him out all over the draft, April 23rd through the 25th. We appreciate the time. Enjoy the draft, man. It's going to be fun.
All right. Cannot wait. Thank you guys for having me.
All right. Thank you, man. Our thanks to Ian Rapoport for joining us. Damon Stoudemire going to join us in hour number 2.
Mighty Mouse.
Thank you. I'm so proud of you.
Really? Because you said thank you like you were annoyed.
I'm not annoyed. Just proud.
Okay.
Yes. Never annoyed. Just proud. He's growing up right in front of our...
Wow, you messed up the wrong word, too.
I did it purposely. It's a joke that carries over from 7 years ago on a different radio show. The second, Izzy, that Taylor and Board-Up Ricardo told me that there was a big-time soccer match going on. You have to call it a soccer match. What I did is I put a bet in, adjusted total, under half a goal in the first half. So, Taylor, what is the score of this soccer game right now that's going on, this big soccer game that is happening right now as we speak?
Yeah, so there were 2 minutes away from halftime. Liverpool needs 2 goals to at least force extra time.
Yeah.
0-0 right now.
Thank you. Yep, it always is.
Action-packed, though, right?
Jeez.
A lot of near goals, maybe?
No, not really. PSG's had the better chances. Liverpool's striker got hurt, non-contact injury. It's been a disaster so far.
PSG parking the bus?
How much time is left? I hope so, because I have the under. How much time is left in this match?
2 minutes.
Okay.
In the half.
In the half, you're saying, right?
In the half, yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking good.
Yeah, neither team really looks like they're going for it right now.
They never are. It's my problem with the sport. You had a question for us, Taylor.
Yeah, so the way they do it in the Champions League, which we're in right now, it's played over 2 legs. So each team gets a home match. And then you just take the combined score from those 2 legs, and then the winner moves on. So my question for you, NFL, we're always trying to get more NFL games. Instead of getting an extra regular season games, Stu, why don't we have a double-legged wild card weekend? So, like this past wild card weekend, the Bills beat the Jaguars in Jacksonville 27-24.
Right.
But what if they played a return match in Buffalo where they had where the Jaguars now had a chance, where the game is basically starting Bills 3, Jaguars nothing.
So the Bills are spotting the Jags 3. Well, the Jags are spotting the Bills 3
Correct.
points. They're up 3-0.
Basically, a best of 3 game series is kind of crazy. This is a version of a best of 2.
Right. But they're still prolonging the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we are technically playing an additional game, right?
You get double the playoff games.
Are we doing this every round?
So in the Champions League, it's every round except for the final. So we could do that for the NFL, every round except for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay, so AFC Championship game, it is Chiefs and Bills. They play in Kansas City. Kansas City wins by 14. They go back to Buffalo, and KC is up 14-0 to start the game?
Yeah.
I'm in.
The more we're talking this out, the more I'm in.
Yes, I mean...
2 minutes.
I'm surprised it took me so long to agree with you, but this is the greatest rule change in the history of sports if the NFL were to go through with it. I mean, that's how you do it, Izzy. That would be great.
Yeah,
Can you imagine that? I mean,
so I don't know if Taylor is proposing that we shorten the regular season, but I'm assuming no, right? That's crazy.
Crazy.
So
yeah.
you're talking about extending the playoffs to what, through March? Is that what we're talking?
year round, I think. I mean,
yeah, why not? God bless football.
If it leads us right up to Augusta, that would be ideal.
yes, right.
Really, through March Madness,
Yeah.
you're putting playoff games in the middle of the NCAA tournament.
Yes.
Yeah, so the Super Bowl is the week before the Masters, and then we cut to Jim Nantz in Augusta, and Jim Nantz is like, I got it from here, guys. Hello, friends.
I have the rest of the little break from the NFL. I've got this, and then back to Iron Eagle.
Now, football's not going to make the mistake that soccer did, and because I don't think they do this anymore with Champions League, where road scores count more. They're the tiebreaker, right? Road goals was the tiebreaker before. You can't. It's ridiculous. Why would that even matter? Where you score the goal, the field is the same wherever you are.
Because they never score them.
Yeah, and that rule has also been eliminated because I think soccer even realized, like, hey, this is kind of dumb.
So Buffalo is down 14-0 against Kansas City, and they have to go immediately into no huddle offense. I mean,
Yeah, wow.
because they're playing catch up,
30.
right? I mean, there's some urgency there. Do they get the ball first?
Gotta do the coin toss.
Yeah, I'd be happy if your defense coming out. Oh no, we're good. We're going to play prevent the entire game. We're up 21.
Oh God, I am so in. I mean, unfortunately, the players' union's so out.
Players Union. Every other sport should be out.
And don't get me started on promotion and relegation because that's a whole different conversation.
I want to get you started next.
Items for the mob.
Damon Stoudemire going to join us in about 15 minutes. Documentary comes out today on Netflix. Jailblazers. Looking forward to that. I remember me and Dan doing a segment saying, what teams deserve a 30 for 30? And we took calls on it, and everyone called in and said, the Jailblazers, the Jailblazers, the Jailblazers. Well, somebody was listening, and it was Netflix. And again, that movie comes out tonight. Damon Stoudemire going to join us in just a minute. Before we get to Just Me Or, Taylor, what's the score of the soccer game? I mean,
It went to half, 0-0.
boom!
Cash those tickets.
It always does.
Nils everywhere.
Yes. All right, it's a weekly segment here. I need some music for it. Just Me Or. Who is going to kick off the proceedings today? I am told that Iowa Sam doesn't have one. I'm not certain if Bordat Ricardo has one. He's usually watching baseball. I know Izzy has one. I'm not certain if Dan has one. We'll just go around the room. If you have, thumbs up from Dan. How about that? Let's start.
I get the feeling Dan is annoyed by us so often.
He hates us. I mean, the only question is, does he hate us more than he hates Iowa Sam?
Oh, that's impossible.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right, who's kicking us off?
It's awfully quiet on this topic.
Awkward.
Let's go to Bordat Ricardo here, prying himself away from the soccer match just for a second to deliver just me or?
All right. Is it just me, or did the Doc Rivers experiment in Milwaukee go exactly as expected?
It's not just you.
So he's like an action hero walking away from an explosion that he just helped cause.
Yeah.
And saying into the camera, Google me.
Yeah, he is. You're right.
I love the jokes on Doc Rivers. I understand all the hate that he receives. I just remember every time I went to talk to Doc Rivers, the guy would give me great answers. And it didn't even matter what the subject was. Like, I could be talking to him on a Tuesday when he's playing against the Houston Rockets, and I'm asking him a Tyler Hero question, a team that he's not even playing. He'll give me a 5-minute answer, well thought out. And I'm just like, you know what? I like that guy.
Yeah.
So I can't continue to poop on him.
At least your opinions are not biased or anything. I mean, jeez.
Can I ask you guys a Doc Rivers question?
Yeah.
Has his voice always been like that?
Yes.
It's been pretty bad for a long time. I can't remember what a younger Doc Rivers sounded like.
I mean, I didn't hear him speak as a child, so I don't know.
Guys, can I jump in here real quick? I actually saw a video of Doc Rivers from the 90s when he was like a commentator.
Yeah.
His voice is a lot less scratchy. I think the years and years of coaching, he did actually at one point have a voice that was clear and not scratchy. So if you look up some Doc Rivers from the 90s, you'll hear his original voice.
Okay.
All right.
Do I have to look that up?
Yeah, I'm not going to do that, but thank you.
I can
thank you for the option.
find it for you. Let's see if I can find it.
Please do, Iowa Sam. Thank you.
My contribution for the day.
10 minutes later, I don't think this thing will be found. No dice.
Ouch. Spoiler alert.
No, he'll tell us, Dan, right in the middle of Damon Stoudemire. He'll be like, I got it. Taylor, you're up.
Is it just me, or should our softball team not have a bye every other week?
A second bye.
What a team. What a league this is. I love it, actually.
Well, first off, tell the audience how many weeks you guys have been participating in this softball league.
So we started off, we signed up. There's 5 people that know each other in this league. It's me,
Right.
Taylor, Anthony, a couple other people. And week 1, we had a bye.
Right.
Sweet. Off to week 2.
Yes.
Week 2, they played. I did not play. I had 1 at bat because I showed up late. And I think we only played, 3 innings,
Yeah,
Taylor?
we lost 19-3.
Yeah, 19-3 mercy rule.
After 15 minutes.
I love that. That's a quick night.
Week 3, unfortunately, a rain out, or I'd call it a dry rain out because it didn't actually rain.
You were celebrating, right?
Oh, man, what a night.
Yes.
And then last week, I believe it was last week, I just didn't show up. I wasn't feeling great, and they showed up. They still lost, but
Much
this week,
closer. We lost by 5. So this is technically week 5.
Yeah.
So for those people keeping track at home, we've played 2 games, and we've had 2 bye weeks.
All
but
right.
it was how many innings is a regular game?
So
Softball?
it's
7?
timed.
Oh, okay, it's tied.
When they get to 5 minutes left, they say, okay, finish this inning.
Okay, that's weird.
I don't like that.
So we needed another break, so another bye this week, Stu.
Okay.
Impossible for our team to get in a rhythm, though,
Well, yes, with all the buys, right. And Izzy not showing up.
and just generally being bad.
Weather delays, all of it. I mean,
I heard our catcher's terrible.
I'm surprised you have 2
Oh
wins.
my God! I hope our catcher's not listening to this, and if he
Yes.
is, shut your app right now. Our catcher is in AARP.
Okay. So, Taylor, when Izzy shows up, you lose by 16, and the night ends early. When he doesn't show up, you lose by
Closer.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't Izzy's fault why we like he had 1 at bat and he didn't play in the field.
Yes.
You know, he struck out and it was only at
He
bat.
doesn't want to be there.
Now, if you're asking for trends with me and Taylor as teammates, he didn't show up for our doubleheader in flag football this past Saturday, and we won both games. So
wow.
whenever Taylor and I are on the field together, we
Yes.
don't win anything.
And let me tell you
when
something.
we're apart,
Yes.
we do way better.
So you wouldn't care if the softball team won without you.
Oh,
You're
no.
like, okay, great.
I would encourage it.
Right.
The more
I won't
success
show
they
up
have
next
without me, the
week.
better.
Yes. But Taylor, I am telling you right now, he takes sports seriously.
Yeah.
And I am telling you, there's been a sleepless night or two over the fact that your team, flag football team, won 2 games without him. Yes.
Stu, you would love this from our softball game, the past one that we lost. We cut it to 3. We're down 3. We're getting up in the lineup, and I call this part of our lineup Murderers Row. And not because they were great at hitting, but because they were probably alive when Murderers Row was playing in the 1920s.
Yes.
And they all struck out looking. They went down.
Really?
They went down 1, 2, 3.
They should be ashamed of themselves. I mean, seriously.
I'll take one of their spots when I get back.
One of them was walking off the field, and he's our pitcher too. He's actually a pretty good pitcher. But he's walking off the field, and he looks at the pitcher, and he goes, pitch, great pitcher. And one guy on our team who just had enough at this point goes, swing the bat next time.
Right. It's not the pitcher. It's you not swinging.
Hey, Dan, you think I should let that one go? Or he said pitch, great pitcher, instead of pitcher, great pitch? I didn't let it go. You don't have to answer the question.
By asking him, by extension, you did not let it go.
Yeah. Izzy never lets things go.
No,
He doesn't.
He doesn't.
Right? Yeah, he holds on to
I
it
learned
forever.
from the best.
Yes. Let's go to update anchor Dan here. Dan, you're up.
Yeah, quick side note before I get to the Is It Just Me? Doc Rivers, 1991.
Oh, it's been a tough year. It's been a good year and a bad year. I mean, there's been points in the season where I thought it didn't matter who we played, we would beat, and there was no doubt about it, their court or our court. Then there's been points where I thought anybody who wanted to beat us could beat us. I don't know why that happened, but if we get in the playoffs,
that's a different human being.
I mean,
that is Doc Rivers, 1991. You can kind of still hear the Doc Rivers today.
Who pulled that sound? Was it you? Was it Iowa Sam?
Oh, yeah, it was me. No, it took 30 seconds.
We got a text.
Dan pulled it before. Hold on. Dan pulled it before I had it sent to the editors to be rolled in. Dan beat me to it. And that's the exact same clip.
Yeah,
Right.
Doc Rivers 1990 interview.
Yes.
That's literally, then it popped up first thing.
But Dan,
Thanks,
we got
Dan, for stealing my thunder.
Yeah, thank you, Iowa Sam, for stealing
why
mine.
I hate this guy.
But Dan, we got a text, and he said it would be ready in 2 minutes. You played it in 15 seconds. 15 seconds after he sent us that text.
I got to go through the proper channels here, guys.
He's got to send it through Cedar Falls.
Well, it seems like Dan doesn't.
Back.
Right, exactly.
Got to send my carrier pigeon.
All right. Is it just me, or is Bunker Cam completely worthless? And it dawned on me Sunday when Rory was on the 18th hole and he was hitting his shot from the bunker, and CBS has been grilled for their coverage. We grilled them on Monday for all of the things that went wrong. The one thing that we need to know on Rory's third shot from the bunker is where it lands. So I assume that those guys in the truck were like, this is amazing. He's in the bunker. Let's go to Bunker Cam. And it gives us no information on what we really need in this instance or any other instance when someone is in the bunker. Even when it stays in the bunker, you're not even focused on the ball. It's somewhere off to the left and sand is flying in your face.
Yes.
So to me, Bunker Cam, completely useless in broadcasting golf.
Nobody has ever been more upset about a camera in their life than Dan Byer is about Bunker Cam.
I
It's
agree
the opposite
with him.
of Pylon Cam. Like, Pylon Cam is amazing.
Yes.
I love Pylon Cam. Totally useful. This, not so much.
Right. Sand Cam, you could do without, though, right? Yeah.
Bunker Cam, a waste of time.
By the way, Iowa Sam, I hope you have the sound here of Jim Nantz. He was on the Pat McAfee show. We did make fun of the coverage yesterday. Why isn't Jim Nantz here?
1 second.
1 second, he tells me. He's working on Doc Rivers from the 1990s. Sound that we already played. If you get it, let me know, Sam.
I got it for you if you need, Stu.
Thank you.
Here's Jim Nantz.
Dan, play it, please.
Television. We all make mistakes. I'm really proud of our crew. You're making,
And just to be clear, he still doesn't have an Is It Just Me or?
split-second decisions. The things that were shown, produced by our crew, hundreds of people involved over the course of 4 days, some 30 hours of television. You know, I can't speak to the difficulty and some of the decision making, some of the other things that people are responsible for. I just know that our crew is the best in the business.
Classic Nance.
I would watch a streaming channel of Dan Byer and Iowa Sam just hanging out. Just the camera following them everywhere.
I have
He
never.
keeps upending me here.
Yeah, well,
He keeps stealing my thunder.
right. Well, do your job better. I mean,
I'm trying as fast as I can.
Wally pip you. I mean, not that he wants your job.
I'm getting pipped.
I don't want Sam's job.
Well, I know you don't.
Yeah, no thanks.
Iowa Sam, do you have a Is It Just Me or?
No, I don't.
No, Jesus Christ.
That's my contribution.
Coming. I mean, how about that? You want Dan to do it for you? Or?
Sure, if he's got a second one.
This is what having a teenage son feels like that you're disappointed in, because that's kind of it's washing over me right now. I get it.
Yet I love him for some reason.
Two pieces of audio that I was going to give you that Dan beat me to.
Yeah, well, we already heard it.
Dan.
Okay.
Absolutely miserable.
There you go. Thank you, Dan.
EP Jason, does he have one today?
Guys, is it just me, or is drafting the girlfriend of your star player a dicey proposition? Now, hear me out here. Team sports is a delicate ecosystem.
It is. Mm-hmm.
And to disrupt that ecosystem in any way, shape, or form is dicey, dangerous. Mm-hmm. And to put a ton of money and resources into this, if there is a breakup, if there is something that breaks that delicate ecosystem, the Dallas Wings are going to be worse off because of it. Is it just me or what, guys?
No.
As somebody who has dated a teammate, currently dating a teammate, it is a dicey situation.
Who would have thought? This is your wheelhouse, my man.
I know.
Yes.
I will say in that scenario, I mean, they could date after the draft, right? If they didn't, they could always just meet as teammates and then ended up having a relationship there. So I don't really think that not drafting somebody because they're dating your star player is a reason not to draft that person. I think it's crazy interesting. Like, I think you talk about like the heated rivalry stuff with that getting so much attention. That was a fictional story based on the number 1 and number 2 overall draft picks in the NHL. This is back-to-back number 1 picks in the WNBA, and they're already on the same team.
Yeah.
Like, man, that talk about reality shows I would watch.
Yes, but your situation is a little bit different. You're the coach.
No, I play.
I mean, but you are the coach.
He's kind of the offensive captain as a quarterback, and so we kind of butt heads in that way as well.
There's a conflict of interest,
That's
right?
So many conflicts. So many conflicts.
Everywhere.
I have the brain of a quarterback. He has the ability of a quarterback.
Right, but are you coming down on Anthony as hard as you would on somebody else? You know what I'm saying?
No.
Right.
No. There's things I say to him I wouldn't say to other people.
You got to go home.
Which is crazy because it should be the opposite.
I think it's fascinating. I think it's so fascinating for a draft process as well. When your career as a GM would be on the line, like it's on the line of their relationship.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Your career, if it doesn't work out, as Izzy said, you have 2 number 1 overall picks back to back, and now you maybe have to make a decision.
But here's how I know it's not going to be a problem with them, just projecting forward. They have been so slick about the relationship to begin with. It's not like they've announced this, right? This has been a sort of quiet thing that's been going on since college. And so I think they know they're, grown women know how to handle their situation. That's the way they come across. That's the way Paige has always come across. Actually, right. I don't really know Flood that well, but that's the way Paige has always come across. So I'm not worried about it at all. If anything, it would be something that draws more eyes to my team. And if I'm worried about a breakup ruining my team chemistry, I'm probably, thinking too far ahead.
And guys, they kind of had to draft her. I mean, it's not like she was just some fringe second-round pick.
What happened?
She was going to be.
What happened?
You were so ready.
What happened there?
I mean,
I had a little frog in my throat.
Dan has never looked more disappointed.
$5.
No.
Oh, I was just going to say, she would have gone number 1 to whoever was going to draft her.
So just to be clear, you still don't have it as just me or.
What I'm saying about right, and just to be clear, you don't have a just me or, right? I mean.
You have everything else.
You have everything else, some of it late, but I mean.
I also don't want to say that she wasn't like a consensus number 1 pick. There was like 2 or 3 players that were considered potential number 1 picks.
This is what I'm saying. In a weird world.
I saw her at number 1 in a lot of.
Where Izzy is stop talking. No, not you, Dan. I didn't say that to you, Dan. I apologize. I thought it was Iowa Sam. Keep talking, Dan. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, we saw her number 1 because Dallas was picking number 1.
Right.
Like in terms of a prospect ranking.
Yes.
She may
Is it just me or should you not contribute if you can't contribute to the segment we're doing?
But in mock drafts, she was likely because it was a need for Dallas, but also that relationship.
And what I'm telling you is, in a weird world where Izzy is an NFL GM and Anthony is eligible for the NFL draft, and no one else has him graded, he's not going to be drafted at all. Izzy has the number 1 overall pick, and he's selecting Anthony. I mean, because he's got to deal with him at home. I mean,
all right, let me wrap up this game.
All right.
It's my turn.
Okay.
Is it just me, or should we just exclude Iowa Sam from all these games going forward?
Not just you.
All right, good. If you missed any of today's show, be sure to catch the podcast. Just search Stugotz and Company Live wherever you get your podcast. I love you, Sam. Please follow the podcast, rated 5 stars, and provide a review. Again, just search Stugotz and Company Live wherever you get your podcast, and you'll find today's full show and a best-of version posted right after this show. And also check out our original podcast, Stugotz and Company, God Bless Football, and with Stugotz and Hochman.
Our thanks to Ian Rapoport and Damon Stoudemire for joining us today. Before we get to this Ryan Day story here, I would like to hear the audio of Iowa Sam choking on his own words.
And guys, they kind of had to draft her.
I didn't realize it was that bad when it first came on.
Well, I'm also told by executive producer Jason there's a backstory to this. Jason, please come to the microphone and tell us the backstory to Iowa Sam eating his own words.
Very interesting backstory, I must add, if you're into radio stories. So if you remember in that segment, Sam was having a tough one, right? Dan Beyer had beat him to 2 sound bites.
Yep.
And he was going through it a little bit, and Stu was giving him a little bit of razzing. And then he came on the air and he did that. Mm-hmm. And then in like 30 or 40 seconds, I had turned around that soundbite and I said, Sam, I want to play this right now. He has the ability to pod it up or not. And he denied me.
Oh, wow.
He did not allow me to play it back defense. In real time.
Wow, denied his own shame. Yes.
Yeah,
how
we were
about
up
that?
against a break there, so it wasn't going to make the
executive decision.
Yeah, we were a little late there, so I was like, we need to get to break. So
let's hear it again.
Muscles, Sam.
Yes.
And guys, they kind of had to draft her.
Thank you.
I mean, come on, hasn't that happened to anybody before?
Everyone, yes.
Me
Everybody.
every day.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sam, do you have the Doc Rivers sound from the 80s yet or 90s or whatever?
Dan, do you have it?
I thought someone had it. Shouldn't it have been back through the process?
Let me see.
He doesn't have it.
The worst part about that experience, Sam, is if you weren't talking on a microphone, you would take your time, but maybe hit a trash can and spit that thing out. Instead, you got to make the immediate decision of, I got to swallow this thing and keep going. It's disgusting.
Izzy, it's interesting. I get a list of stories and topics before the show from Taylor. I have one that says, Ryan Day says, if you are not a first or second rounder, Ohio State isn't for you. Mm-hmm. None of the other stories I have here on the sheet, and there's like 15 of them, have any sort of commentary in parentheses.
Right.
This one does. It's from Taylor. I will root against Ryan Day for as long as I'm alive.
You would think he's the Duke coach or something. What is that about, Taylor?
I am so sick of Ryan Day. Jim Harbaugh said it best, where Ryan Day was born on third base. He inherited one of the best rosters, if not the best roster in college football at Ohio State. And all he does is walk around and he's so pretentious and smug, thinking he's so good. You're 2-4 against Michigan.
Right.
And to beat Michigan this year, you had a distracted Sharon Moore. Now Michigan has who's the coach at Michigan? Whittingham from Utah.
Yeah. Weird hire.
Nailed it.
Yeah, weird hire.
I think I'm just so over Ryan Day, and just his face annoys me every time I see him.
Wait a second, because Ryan Day is a very nice man. I've had him on the show a couple of times.
Dan loves him.
Ryan Day is a guy, of course. He walked around terrified that he was going to lose his job for years at Ohio State, and so he finally wins a national championship. He beats Michigan once at least, or twice, 2-4 against Michigan. And now Ryan Day's feeling pretty good about himself. I'm good with that. Right, Dan? I mean, let him have his day.
Yeah. I mean, they could have 3 guys go in the top 5 picks.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it could happen.
Mm-hmm.
But.
That's exactly my point. Ryan Day had nothing to do with that. You look at the top 10.
Urban Meyer's been gone for like 6 or 7 years.
Yeah, but the Ohio State brand just recruits itself. You look at that draft board, Ohio State 2, Ohio State 3, Ohio State 5, Ohio State 8. And what happened? They lost to a Miami team starting a 25-year-old at quarterback.
So the comment again from Taylor attached to the story is, "I will not root against. I will root against Ryan Day for as long as I'm alive." So, quick question for you on the way out:
10.
Ryan Day straight up for Bill Belichick. You doing it today? Yeah,
5.
I found myself in quite a conundrum.
All right, you guys are down.
In today's
Got his
fast-moving
ass.
job market, staying ahead means keeping your skills sharp.
I find myself
At University of Maryland Global Campus, we
I
help
was going to
keep your
go into a whole
capabilities
thing
cutting
about
edge.
how
with our
crazy it would be
skills-based
if you were
education
actually born
programs
on
designed to
third
move your career forward. Explore
Wait, you
more
think
than
that's an advantage? Oh,
135
look at
degrees
me.
and certificates
A baby
in
here
business,
on third base.
cybersecurity, and more.
Imagine you're at a Yankees game and some lady's giving
Bye,
birth.
guys. Dan, thank you again for asking about that.
I think you lost.